Hello everybody, and I hope that everything is all right. And we'll continue to give some advices and so recommendations in the relationship between food and health conditions. And as you might know, that food now, food technology now is changing more and more. And every day that we'll see new products in the market. Even all processed food, yes, sure, not raw materials. So that all the processed foods now, many kinds will put on the market, will be exhibited on the market. And now there are a lot of them now on the shelves that you will see. But these food, the combination, the composition is now changing that because all the industry around the world will change the process to introduce these new proteins from insects and worms. And this process will be changed to make only one product. So they cannot make products without insects and products with insects. That's all the products in the future will include these bugs and worms and insects proteins extracted. It's an insect powder now. It will be incorporated. It will be added to a lot of processed foods, but only processed foods. Now you can buy your raw materials and you prepare your meal at home, and you will not get any trouble with this our friends, these bugs who in the nature. Yes, they are living also in the nature, but they are not created for man. So it should not be included in our food. Anyway, that's the corruption now in this nature. Yes, is being extended to many, so a lot of aspects of life now will be corrupted. And unfortunately, our food so if the food is corrupted now, sure that we will get a lot of conditions, a lot of health troubles in the future. Anyway, that you please be aware about everything you can see new in the market, and you have to pay attention and be careful about these new foods. They will be introduced in the market. So I know that all the formulation of food now in the industry, now they changed everything. All the process now had been changed just to include these materials from insects and bugs. And so you will find them in the market. Anyway, that's what would be the problem in the future. So sure, there will be a negative impact, that these ingredients from insects and bugs will sure affect your health, sure, negatively. But now the concentration of these materials will be added and will be incorporated into food at 5%. In some foods it will go until 10%, but 5% in all the world. In European countries now are working with 5%, but I think that they will change also this formula to increase the amount of these powders to get 10 or 15 and until 25% in some products. So the people with some chronic diseases like cardiovascular diseases, autoimmune diseases, and cancers, these people should pay attention to these items and to these materials. And if you can avoid products including and containing these powders from insects and from bugs, it would be better for you. You know that because your body now, with the immunity, the decrease of the immunity, that with the pandemic, all the people now have a problem of the immunity and the decrease of immunity. And also the drop in the vitamin D and vitamin B12, there is a severe drop in many countries around the world, and also drop in iron, and the drop in the immunity is decreasing with the white cells, the white blood cells, and also the platelets. So anyway, you have to check with your doctor, and if your blood determination, blood analysis is good, that's okay. But you have to get a check-in every 3 months or every 6 months at least, even if you feel healthy. So, and please check also the vitamin D and vitamin B12, and also the ferritin and iron in your body, because with this pandemic, a lot of conditions now changed, and people now are suffering from many things, and they feel nothing, but that suddenly they get a problem, a trouble. So that all the people with chronic diseases and like autoimmune diseases, cancers, and cardiovascular diseases, so some allergies and asthma also they should pay attention, and also ladies with problems of hormones. You know that a lot of ladies now are getting troubles with the hormones, and so this the menstrual cycle now is getting disrupted in many ladies, and so you know the periods in ladies now is getting so corrupted very deeply, and there are a big problem of the ladies around the world. So, and they have also to avoid these items if they can, because they contain some pheromones, and pheromones will be, so there is a scavenging phenomena in the body, and you will get some troubles, that the interference of these pheromones with your hormones, and you can get some problems or some troubles. Anyway, so if you feel in discomfort, if I don't know, in United States, in Canada, in the European countries, also in the Scandinavian countries, where we get this in Australia, and in some other countries, or in Japan, Korea, and so these countries, they are used now to eat this. Not in Japan, but I think in China, in other countries, they get to eat these bugs. They are not. They don't feel in good health. They do not feel good in China. Don't think that they are eating bugs and they are in good health. It's not true. So, but these items and these materials are not created for the nutrition of humans. They are created for birds and also for some reptiles, so not for men. But anyway, if you feel a discomfort, if you feel that you not feel good, you feel not in discomfort, if you check with the doctor, and please check also the food you eat. You have to go and see the label, and if they contain the proteins from bugs and from insects, then you should stop these materials and these foods. Stop immediately if you get you feel this in discomfort. I know that children will have some troubles. Sure that children will get sick with these items, that because you know the body of the child is between 15 to 25 kg, and it's a low weight to get any amount of these things, any amount of allergens or any toxins and so in these materials that will affect the health of children. Anyway, this is just to inform you, and also to make you aware, and to make you also careful about these items. I know that now all the world and the food now is changing. You know that if you can go back into the history, and when people used it to cook at home, there was no problem. And when people now started to eat processed foods and to eat outside and junk food and fast food, and so now we are getting now more and more troubles and every day and every year. A lot of new diseases now are emerging with the pandemic, and also with the use of these materials. We don't know. We are not so. You know, and you have to think to any condition and to any disease that you can get so in the future. But if you feel in discomfort, please check what you had eaten and in the morning, when breakfast, or the day before. And so just check the things that you get, and you will get allergies or itching or fatigue, or or nausea or other symptoms that you can feel, or you feel in discomfort. Please check what in the meal, and check the materials that we eat, the food we eat. And if you can find some food formulated with these items, and you can find that it contains some insects or proteins from insects or from bugs, that you have to stop immediately and change your food. And also please go directly and to practice a detox cleanse, to drink plenty of water, and so not fresh water, so warm water or water at ambient temperature is good. 28 degrees C or 30 degrees C is good. Plenty of water, and also some juices, plenty of juices, even vegetables or fruit juices, and avoid all the other materials, processed foods, and also meats, sugar, and also wheat, so bread. So this is what we can tell people about the conditions that can appear in the future, that when people will start to consume this food containing the bugs, worms, and insects. So we are to help people, not to tell people to eat or to not eat. That we as Muslims we should not eat these materials. That's because they are prohibited in our religion. They are banned in our religion. But so some people can eat them, and some people will get obliged to eat them because they cannot cook at home, or in the countries, all the Muslims around the world. So if they can avoid these materials, that's okay. But if they cannot, at least we can give these advices and informations and recommendations for people, and some solutions. Why not? That's because there is no solution, no medical solutions for this. If you get in discomfort or you feel bad, or if you're not in something, it's wrong, it's going wrong, that please check your food and stop to eat all processed foods and meats, and also you have to practice cleans, so plenty of water, juices, all vegetables of fruits, fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. You have to prepare a juice and 3 times or 4 times a day. Why not? And also so stay vegetarian until you feel in comfort, and that's okay. It's your life. You can decide what you want. We are just to give you recommendations. I'm not to convince people to not eat or to eat. I'm not to convince you also, but to give you some idea and some recommendations and some advices in case you get a problem, that you can use them, and you should get informed about everything that can occur in the future. Sure, there will be a lot of health troubles in the future, because not only of these bugs and worms and insects, but also many other things, like the psychological state in people is not so good. People are getting nervous and they get depression and so on. And these factors, psychological factors and physiological factors, and so together, sure, they will lead people to a lot of health troubles in the future. But please pay attention and be careful about everything now you will get from the market, and also pay attention to your food. See you later. Assalamu alaikum.